Good evening, nobodies. How are you doing? I have had a great day. I mean, honestly, I have. Um, the day was nice enough. I mean, it was kind of hot, so I didn't spend a lot of time out there. But of course, when I went outside at like 7 this morning, it was nice. Um, so derp. Just went blank there for a second. No, I've had a really great day. My family left for a while. Like two of the kids were at school, and my husband and my oldest daughter left. So I had the house all to myself. And let me tell you, okay, when you are a family of five and you space everybody out like we did, of at least 5 years, it is very rare to get the house to yourself. There's like almost always at least one person here. Almost always. Like I think the last time everybody was gone was like 3 months ago. And it's that bad. And then before that, it was probably, God, 6 months. So, sorry. When everybody's gone, I dance. I can't dance to save my life, okay? Well, I mean, if I was trying to save my life, I guess I'd be able to, but it'd be crazy because I mean, I don't have that. I am so left brain, and my coordination is just so slow. So I mean, like I'll see somebody doing something and I can't do it. Like I cannot do, like when somebody's like, okay, let's get our hands doing this, and I'm like, okay, I'm with it, I've got this, and then they'll get the feet into it, and I can't do the same. I mean, if it's more than two things, I cannot do what I see somebody else doing. I just can't. I mean, it's not. I mean, even when I belly dance, it's kind of like I can't do the arms and the hips at the same time, really, for the most part, if I'm thinking about it. Now, if I just let loose, then yeah, I can move all kinds of things because nobody's telling me exactly how I have to dance it. So, so I might jump, I might do like a crazy Grey's Anatomy type of dance, where you're just looking stupid. I'm sure it does look stupid. Nobody's ever seen me do it. I almost got caught today because I didn't lock the door, didn't think about it. Nobody told me my friend was coming over. I just happened to be facing the door when it opened. So I was able to stop. But he knew that I had he said he knew in the driveway I I was cleaning because that's when I turn up the music. I mean, I'll have it loud. And sorry, I put my dance mix on. And, that can be anything from Franz Ferdinand to like a country song. It's it's just a mixed bag of stuff, and it's on shuffle. I think I got about 200 or 300 songs on there, so I never know which ones I'm gonna hear. And then after, and I cleaned the kitchen while I was doing that because I don't just dance. I mean, if I want to just dance and like not do anything else, I'll get high. Then I really have fun. Um, but if I'm not high, because I'm not very often, I really, most of the time, if I get high, it's like right before bed. Um, and I'm talking about weed, not anything else. Uh, but if I'm not high, I'm like, well, I need to be doing something other than just dancing around my house like a mad woman. So I cleaned the kitchen. It really needed it. It really did. Sorry, I must need oxygen. And then when my family got back, I was done by then. I mean, I spent like an hour and a half. The kitchen was really dirty, and I really cleaned it. Because I mean, I'll dance. Even when I have to bend over to get something, I'll still be dancing. And I'd really hate for somebody to see that. Might traumatize them. Uh, anyway, I got all that done, and then my family comes home and they're like, "We've got a surprise for you." And I'm like, "Did they have my special soda?" And they're like, "Yes, they had your special soda, and we got you every bottle of it." I'm like, "Yay!" My favorite soda. Hold on, I'll show you. Okay, I am a cheapskate, and I am a soda addict. Okay, I don't like buying canned soda. Not because it tastes any different. I mean, it actually tastes better. It's just more expensive. Now, next time you're at the store, take a minute to look at what's diet and caffeine free in a 2 liter. I will not drink Diet Coke. Not without adding a bunch of other stuff to it. Like, I've got to add stuff to Diet Coke because otherwise it's disgusting to me. And that's the only other, and that's in caffeine free. My only other options are if is root beer, diet root beer, or Sprite, and I don't like Sprite or 7 Up really. Just it's not really my thing. So, diet caffeine free Pepsi. Okay. My one Walmart near me occasionally has it. Now, see, I thought they stopped making it because there was like 3 stores I could go to for it. And now there's just like the one because nobody else seems to be getting it. Hang on. I grabbed it and I'm going to drink it. And yes, I do drink from the 2 liter. Why dirty a freaking glass? And it's not cold because the way I see it, by the time I'm done with it, it's not going to be cold anyway. So may as well learn to like it while it's room temperature. As much as I complain about my family being lazy, I am lazy. And that's part of it. But yeah, so when they brought that home for me, I was just like, I was already in a really, really positive mood because there's just something about being able to completely be yourself and not have to worry about anybody laughing at you or judging you or saying you are a fucking nut. Now, I don't know that they would say this to me, but I so totally feel nutty when I do it. Um, so I don't do that in front of people. I also don't like to clean in front of people. I would rather they're not around. Weird quirk. One more time. At least. So I was like super psyched about that. And then my friends, my son has a friend. His dad is my friend. His ex grandmother in law works at a church. And sometimes she brings things to give to her great grandkids because she's afraid they don't eat. So they do eat. So she brought cake, lots and lots of cake. I love cake. Now, I didn't have any of it. I just liked that it was there. I was like, ooh, if I want cake, I can have cake. But I didn't have cake. I let them take she's like, take what you want out of it, And I thought about it, and I was like, I really don't need cake. I still got a thing of a king-size Reese's peanut butter cup to eat that I've had for a few days. So, and I don't need cupcakes. it's easier not to eat those things on Cymbalta than it was for me when I took one drug that's name I'm not going to mention. I ate a lot. Like, I could eat a whole cake by myself. And not just once, like two, 3 tubs of ice cream, 4 bags of chips. We're talking like solid eating all day long. It's horrible. I mean, it was yummy, and I'm really surprised that my stomach didn't act up about it. But today was a really good day, and I mean, it's 6:30. I don't see things going downhill. Um, so if you get the opportunity to do something like that, like even if you have to like lock yourself in a bathroom at your house and put your earplugs in. Now, I mean, make sure if you got little kids, you've got somebody watching them, but say, hey, I'm doing mommy time. And like go in that bathroom with your headphones in and just dance your fucking heart out. It'll make you feel good. It should. Provided you don't have like something going on to where like you could die, you know. But if you're just depressed, okay, I shouldn't say just depressed. If you're feeling a little low, feeling a little blah, ick, not sick, ick, but like mental exhaustion, ick, try it. Just find somewhere. Now, I mean, if you can dance, by all means, dance in front of everybody. I can't. I am not. Okay, there are so few things in my life that I am confident about, okay? I am a fucked up mess when it comes to things that I'm confident about. And plus, there was also the whole, what you did wasn't that great. Don't brag about it. you know, um, don't tell anybody about your bad day. Don't be honest about it. Basically, if they say, how are you doing? I don't care if your head is busted open, gushing blood. You say, oh, I'm good. I'm fine. Day was okay. I mean, that was how I was programmed to react to things, because they're like, nobody cares. Nobody wants to hear what is wrong with you today. That's what I grew up hearing. And I would grow up hearing, you're not the only person who can do that. Don't give yourself a pat on the back, because that ain't that special, So, and then when I went to school, I got bullied. So, there's always physically, there is absolutely nothing that I am confident about. I mean, I can say, oh, well, I lost this much weight, but then I know that every time I've lost weight, I've gained weight back and then had to work to lose it again. And I know that for a lot of people, that is an accomplishment. But to me, it's kind of like, well, if I wouldn't have got fat in the first place, if I had my shit together, I try not to be negative, though. I try not to think about that. I try to think, okay, this time last year, I was 60 pounds, at least 60 pounds heavier. I try to look at that and say, and my boobs are still like D, double D. They ain't shrunk down to C cup yet, which is a good thing, I suppose. I mean, I could care less about my tits, but I guess most people would be like, well, hey, double D's are better than C's. I don't know. I fit in small shirts better. Bras were easier to find that fit right. I'm just tired of the negativity, and And when the kid's grandma come by, she was like, well, you need to watch the news on Tuesday. They're going to be talking about this program we've got at church. And I was like, I don't want to watch the news. I really don't. I wish that they had like a news channel for people who don't want to hear anything negative. Like, I don't want to hear that two people are arrested for doing something really horrible to a child. I mean, it's great that they're arrested. I just don't want to know for certain that something really horrible happened to a child. I would rather not know that information. I mean, there are certain, you can't unhear, unsee, or unknow. And it's like, I know bad things happen. And I can handle bad things happening to adults. But I cannot handle bad things happening to kids. That sticks with me. That really upsets me. I can't handle this ultra political bullshit. I mean, I can't. And it's on TV. You've got people, if they report badly about Trump, it's fake news. If they report positively, it's like well, what about facts? You know? I mean, I'm willing to give him a win on certain things, like if he does something and I think that it's good, I'll give him a win on that. Um, but I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about terrorist groups. I don't want to, because I don't want to watch that anti Muslim fear mongering bullshit, that they do. I would much rather see news stories about people getting saved, people uh, surviving something. I mean, it's bad. I mean, even if it is like it was a traumatic event, they survived it. And that's something, that makes me feel better. Even if they've got issues, they're alive. You know, that's a good news story. I don't like that the news puts a good news story in the middle of the thing. It's like, well, why can't you have more good news stories? Because there's lots of good things that happen in the world. Lots. There are things set up by various groups of people that they want to demonize. And so I try to stay in a positive vein, and the news does not make me positive. Except, I mean, the only thing the news does to me is says we are so fucked as a society, as human beings, because the shit that happens, the shit that people do to other people, and I'm not talking about just walking up on somebody and shooting them. People have had disagreements in the past and have handled them poorly. Now, I'm talking about the targeting of mass groups of people, whether it's to say we want them gone or we hate them or, oh, I'm signing this bill into legislation. It's going to hurt those people, but fuck them. Who gives a shit, Or, oh, I could take a cut in my bonus, but you know what? I'd rather lay off 500 people because I need that extra $1,000 or something. I mean, it's like the stuff that people do to each other is just so freaking negative. There's just too much negativity in the world, and everybody needs to be looking towards the positive. Because if everybody started seeing positive things, started taking negative things and turning them around, then people would be nicer. They'd be less likely to make a decision that would hurt other people because they would say, I don't feel like laying off 500 people. That's not very nice. I shouldn't do that. They're going to be mad at me, and then that's going to ruin my day. I don't need to do that. Maybe I need to figure out another way to accomplish what I want to accomplish. See, being positive about things, trying to look on the bright side, look for the silver lining, all of that puts you in a frame of mind to where you can work around a problem. If you're negative all the time, a problem is like when you've got to poop really bad and you get behind a slow driver, or you've got like 10 stoplights between you and your house and every single one of them turns red just before you get to them. It's like, no, I need to get there now, 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 now. But when you're negative, that shit happens. You just keep coming up with problems and problems and problems. And each problem that pops up, it's like, why now? Why couldn't this happen later when I don't have this other thing going on? Like that. And that's the thing. When you're positive about stuff, all those lights turn green for somehow or other. I mean, think about it. When you're in a hurry to get somewhere, it always seems like when you're running late or you're in a hurry, anything that can slow you down slows you down. Road work, stoplights, slow drivers, your kids, and you just get more and more and more irritated because you're like, I need to get there on time. It's because you're being so negative. If you're positive, you just say, well, if I'm 5 minutes late, I'm 5 minutes late. What can I say? I didn't know that there was a roadblock, or I didn't know that they were doing construction. I should have checked. My bad. But if I'm 5-10 minutes late, what's it matter? Because you can be 5 or 10 minutes late to a lot of things. And a lot of people are pretty considerate about when you say, I had no clue that they were doing construction. I would have taken a whole other route and would have been here on time. I am so sorry. Because if it only happens every once in a while, it's no big deal. It's not who you are. And if it does happen all the time and that makes you really negative, then perhaps you need to plan ahead to need more time. I'm always early for stuff. Or at least I was. Before the anxiety really started taking hold, I was always early. But yeah, be positive. I am having a positively good day. And you can too. No matter what happens, you can have a good day. I mean, there might be parts of it that suck, but you are still in control of turning things around. When my mom died, I shouldn't use my mom as an example. But say somebody dies, you can say, well, they're not suffering anymore. You have to look towards, what they were dealing with. Now that's if they're an old person. Young people, that's a whole different thing, and you're going to have to work that out. But sometimes there's ways to turn things around. You can be positive at all times. Even if you're crying and you're mourning, you can still be positive. That's why people always say, well, they're in a better place. They're wanting you to think positively. They're not trying to get you to stop crying, stop mourning. They're trying to comfort you with positivity, because positivity works. So have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.